Hello everybody. Today what I bring you in this video is an at-home soccer player IQ test. Basically, you're going to take your soccer brain and you're going to analyze 6 different scenarios and come up with what you think is the best choice to solve each tactical problem on the field. How this is going to work is I'm going to show you a series of 6 slides. You're going to watch each slide for 10 seconds. If you need more time to make your decision, just pause the video. After all 6 slides are shown to you, then I will walk you through my personal answers for all 6 scenarios. Remember, you can't get anything wrong here. Just analyze the slide and your ideas will be great. Enjoy the video. So here we go with slide number 1. And you could see option A is real simple. You're going to keep the ball. Option B, maybe a little bit of pressure, so you make sure you pass to the correct foot. Option D, maybe he's probably in the tightest situation right there, unless he can turn him. Option C is a pretty good decision right there, is to play that ball into space because your striker is on the correct side of that center back, and if it's a foot race, he's probably going to win that. So I really like option C, but the things that you might want to take into consideration is, are you winning in this game? Are you losing in this game? Is there 3 minutes left? And maybe you want to keep the ball and play it back to option A, then play it to your keeper and so forth. So there's a lot of different things to consider, but for me, I kind of like the option C to go forward. So now here in slide 2, it's a lot to think about here. So option A, it looks like the right back on the red team is slightly out of position. He's pushed up a little too far, so there's a good chance there to hit a through ball with option A, where that winger is going to be able to either come in on goal or hit a cross behind the defense, something like that. Option B, obviously maybe hit a little 1-2 in there. Still a little congested in there. Option C is a lot of space out wide. It is another good option. I like option A just a little bit better. And then you could dribble. If you wanted to dribble, that can open up a 1-2 with the player directly in front. So all of them are actually pretty good options. I might go with option A. I might also go with penetrating off the dribble to see if something opens up off of that. Here we are from a goalkeeper's perspective. And they have 2 pretty decent short options, but if you were to play option A, he could probably get closed down pretty quickly when the ball was in flight. Option C would come under a little bit of pressure as well. Option B, if you can make that pass to the outside foot away from the defender, it could be an option. I like option D the best, which would be to hit a longer ball into your winger who could then one-time it to possibly the right back or that center mid who can support, and from there we're off onto the attack. So I would go with option D, but again, if you're intent on building out of the back, option C could work, but again, I like option D. Here we are on slide number 4. This is an interesting one. So normally, this winger gets this ball out wide, and it's one-on-one. So if that winger's one-on-one ability is really good, I like the option to take them on one-on-one and go and drive the end line and hit a cross in. Option A is awesome, is an excellent option as well. If you can whip an early ball in, there's 2-3 attacking players that can get on the end of that and score. Option B is probably a little too crowded for me. And option C is just to play it safe. But again, if we're up 2 goals and it's getting to be 10 minutes, 20 minutes left in the game, maybe you're not pushing for another goal. Maybe you play to C and the C pass. Maybe you play to the center back, maybe back to the goalkeeper and really take some time off the clock. But I like option D in this and option A. Reconstructing the formation. This one was kind of tough. So if you see the black arrows, that's showing where each player originally came from. So the formation was actually a 4-2-3-1, but when you're full in attack, an attacking organization in the attacking third, that turned into something much, much different. As both wingers cut inside to make a front line of 3, and both wingbacks pushed forward to create all the width. So really, the formation has changed drastically. So if you guessed it was a 4-2-3-1, this is how we got there. And here's the final one, slide number 6, is I do like the distance that the right back came out from the center back. They're still very well guarded in the middle of the field. So you see there's still 3 defenders across the top of the 18. So it's okay to have that distance, because if the center back came too far, it would open up too big a gap. And then I also like the position of the defensive center mid, because it's taking away the space in between the lines for at least one of the strikers who likes to drop into that space. So it's nice to always have one of the center mids drop in between the lines to guard that space. Otherwise, the striker could really exploit the space between the back line and the midfield line. I hope you enjoyed the soccer IQ test for players. I will be posting a bunch more of these in the days and the weeks to come to get your soccer brains in top shape. And remember, whatever you pick for an answer, analyze it, think about it, have reasons behind it. This is how you can improve. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon.